And the powerful tornado just confirmed in the south. Rob Marciano standing by. The student murder manhunt. Police on the hunt for more suspects after arresting a 13-year-old in the brutal stabbing. Tonight, new details, including how that college freshman fought back when police say a group of teens surrounded, robbed, and killed her. Panic at the mall, a shooting sending Christmas shoppers running for their lives at the height of the holiday shopping season, the moment the gunfire started. Plus, no debate, the labor dispute threatening to derail next week's big Democratic presidential debate. All 7 candidates refusing to cross a picket line at the college hosting the event. Will the debate be canceled? Killed on duty, the chilling new video just released. An update on a story we brought you last weekend. Police calling it an ambush and execution of one of their own. All happening in a police station parking lot. Cities held hostage, hackers crippling cities, even one state's largest hospital network, the multiple cyber attacks, New Orleans city government forced to shut down their computers, working off pen and pad. And Laughlin's legal play. One Hollywood couple at the center of the college cheating scandal going on defense tonight. What they're accusing prosecutors of doing.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday. I'm Tom Yamas. And we begin tonight with 2 big storms striking coast to coast. That snow making for dangerous driving in the west. Those Colorado drivers trying to dodge out-of-control vehicles on some slippery roads. And the confirmed EF1 tornado slamming parts of Florida with winds of up to 110 miles per hour. And that rough weather in the west, look at that, barreling eastward tonight with a 1-2 punch, bringing more snow, ice, and rain to millions. And it's not even winter yet. ABC senior meteorologist Rob Marciano starts us off.
Tonight, dangerous weather has much of the U.S. under siege as 2 storms wreak havoc across the country this weekend. Violent storms slamming Florida. An EF1 tornado striking Flagler County with 110-mile-per-hour winds, uprooting trees and ripping off roofs, the damage stretching 20 miles. Treacherous travel conditions in the Northeast. Heavy snow outside Erie, Pennsylvania, blinding drivers there. Cars sliding off the highway. Downpours swamped the city streets of Boston, forcing SUVs onto sidewalks to avoid the flooding. And in the west, a new storm system now marching east. Up to 8 inches of snow falling near Vail, Colorado, triggering a multi-car pileup along I-70. Drivers struggling to maintain traction through the rugged mountain passes. And heart-stopping moments caught on a Nest Cam in Omaha, Nebraska. Roads covered in a sheet of ice, causing not 1, but 2 car accidents.
Some dangerous conditions out there. Rob joining us now from Central Park with the forecast. Rob, a new round of snow, ice, and rain in store for millions.
Yeah, that's right, Tom. That western storm is catching up to the one here in the east, so not much of a break between them for really anybody. The center of this one is still over Pennsylvania. You can see the backside of the precip still is going to take several hours for it to kind of spin out. There will be some more in the way of snow, especially near the lakes. But everybody's going to get the wind tomorrow. We got wind advisories up from Albany to Boston. Could see 40, 50-mile-per-hour winds as that low amplifies. And in the west, the snow is still coming out. We got warnings still posted for parts of Colorado. Now watches that stretch into Kansas City and St. Louis. And that's where the snow and the icy conditions are going to reach by the time Monday morning comes along that cold warm front, and then strong storms on the south could see more in the way of severe weather by Tuesday. An icy mix getting into the northeast, especially inland and especially north of I-80. That's where we'll see some accumulation. It will be a rough commute both Monday and Tuesday. Tom?
All right, Rob Marciano leading us off tonight. Rob, thank you. Next to the urgent manhunt for a teen suspect in the murder of a college freshman. The emerging details tonight about the 18-year-old stabbed in a park near campus, struggling to get help before collapsing. One suspect, just 13 years old, in custody in connection with the case. ABC's Stephanie Ramos with new reporting tonight on how that student tried to fight back.
Tonight, with at least one suspect still on the run, New York City police are back on the scene of that horrific crime. Divers searching a pond in that Manhattan park, looking for evidence in the brutal murder of Barnard College student Tessa Majors.
There's going to be an aided female white stabbed at this time.
A 13-year-old was arrested Friday, charged with felony murder, robbery, and weapons possession in connection with Major's death. The arresting officer testifying in family court, the juvenile, whose identity is not being released, did not kill Majors. The officer says the 13-year-old was found a few blocks away from the college with a knife that he claims he gave to one of the other suspects. The juvenile implicated 2 others in the crime. Police say his statement matches the grainy surveillance video investigators have reviewed from the park.
They have one in custody, and he is the storyteller, he's the narrator. And you get detailed information, and you see if that coincides with the physical evidence.
The NYPD has questioned a second teenager, just 14 years old. Tonight, he has not been charged. Police say Majors was walking in Manhattan's Morningside Park in the early evening Wednesday when she was confronted, robbed, and stabbed to death. Authorities say she fought back, biting the finger of one of her attackers, then managed to stagger up this steep staircase. She later died at the hospital.
Those responsible, however many there may be, will be brought to justice.
Tom, this is still a very active investigation. That 13-year-old is being held without bail and will appear in court on Tuesday. His aunt says her nephew is innocent. Tom.
And the manhunt is still on tonight. All right, Stephanie, thank you. Now to Washington and the historic full House impeachment vote looming next week. President Trump, you see him here tossing the coin at the start of the Army-Navy game in Pennsylvania. Even as he and his team brace for that Wednesday impeachment vote on the House floor and strategize next steps for the Senate trial. With Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell facing criticism from Democrats, accusing him of taking his cues from the White House. ABC's David Wright with the latest tonight from the White House.
Tonight, the battle lines over impeachment are sharp and hyper-partisan.
I am trying to give a pretty clear signal. I have made up my mind. I'm not trying to pretend to be a fair juror here.
Speaking in Doha, Qatar, Senator Lindsey Graham said Trump will be on safer ground with a Republican majority calling the shots.
And I will do everything I can to make it die quickly.
On Fox News, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell vowed Senate Republicans will be in lockstep with the White House.
We'll be working through this process, hopefully in a fairly short period of time, in total coordination with the White House counsel's office.
President Trump has said he'd like to call witnesses, but now says he'll defer to the Senate.
I'll do long or short. I've heard Mitch, I've heard Lindsey. I think they are very much in agreement on some concept. I'll do whatever they want to do. It doesn't matter.
Democrats accuse Senate Republicans of prejudging the evidence even before the trial begins. And when the House votes this week, Democrats from Trump-friendly districts are under pressure to break ranks. 31 Democrats are seeking re-election in districts Trump won. 2 of them have already said they're likely to vote no on one or both articles of impeachment. One may be switching parties. Other moderates are weighing their decisions.
I'm going to read everything, watch all the testimony and the hearings, and read the transcripts, consult with scholars, and of course talk to my constituents.
Today, New Jersey Democrat Tom Malinowski got some boos when he told constituents in his district he plans to vote for impeachment.
I believe that on the 2 counts of impeachment that have been put before us, that the vote should be yes, and I will be voting yes.
All right, some applause and some boos there. David Wright joins us live from the White House. And David, the House is planning that historic vote on the 2 articles of impeachment against President Trump early next week. And it's expected to pass even with those moderate Democrats under so much political pressure.
That's right, Tom. The vote likely to take place Wednesday. And the math in both chambers adds up. The Democrats in the House believe that they have more than enough votes to impeach President Trump. Republicans in the Senate believe they have the votes to keep him in office. As you know, Tom, the Constitution requires a 2/3 vote to remove a president.
David, thank you. And this programming note tomorrow on This Week, George sits down with House Judiciary Chairman Jerry Nadler, House Intelligence Chair Adam Schiff, and Senator Ted Cruz of Texas. We turn now to America's cities facing paralyzing threats from hackers. The city of New Orleans forced to shut down their computer system. Here's ABC's Mona Kozar-Abdi with more.
Tonight, a state of emergency in New Orleans after a cyber attack on the city's computer systems.
We are now beginning recovery.
Officials directing all employees to power down computers, unplug devices, and disconnect from Wi-Fi. The mayor says ransomware was detected, but it's unclear who is responsible.
There is no evidence of personal data being lost at this time.
Emergency services, 911 dispatching, and police radios were unaffected. This year alone, cybersecurity firm Emsisoft reports 948 ransomware attacks on government agencies, healthcare providers, and school districts at a cost of more than $7 billion in taxpayer dollars. Just days ago, hackers hit Pensacola, Florida, demanding a $1 million ransom. And in Georgia, computer screens at the 911 dispatch center going dark, the network infected by malware.
Basically, what we were left with was our radio system.
Hackers also crippling computer systems at New Jersey's largest hospital network.
As for New Orleans, City Hall has been shut down. All city websites are down, and employees are using good old-fashioned pens and paper to conduct business. Tom?
Mona, thank you. Next to the chilling surveillance video just released, what police are calling a cold-blooded ambush and execution of one of their own. The suspect coming up behind that officer, opening fire in a police station parking lot last weekend. New details on that case coming in. Here's ABC's Zachary Quiche.
Tonight, police releasing this chilling surveillance video of a gunman seen firing multiple times into a squad car, killing the unsuspecting officer. The ambush taking place a week ago in Arkansas, right in front of a police station. Authorities calling it an ambush and execution. You can see police rush out of the station in pursuit of the suspect.
The suspect, he's down on the west side of the building.
They chase him through an alleyway, killing the suspect, London Phillips. The officer, 27-year-old Stephen Carr. This week, a solemn procession to honor the fallen hero was led by Carr's siblings.
He came from a law enforcement family. He knew what the job was about, and he just wanted to serve his community.
Tom, that officer had been on the force for just 2.5 years. Now, tonight, authorities tell us that the investigation continues. Tom?
Zachary, thank you. And we're learning tonight more about that deadly attack that left 6 people, including 2 gunmen, dead in Jersey City. The FBI recovering a white van, you see it right there, linked to the suspects. That attack at a kosher grocery store now being investigated as domestic terrorism. And an update tonight on that mass shooting at the naval base in Pensacola. ABC News obtaining a joint intelligence bulletin detailing some of what investigators have learned about that gunman since the December 6th attack. The 21-year-old Saudi suspect apparently posting online months before the attack that, quote, the countdown has started, and other posts referring to non-Muslims as infidels. At least 3 people were killed and 8 others injured in that incident. The investigation is still ongoing. We want to turn now to politics in the 2020 race and the big question mark swirling around next week's Democratic presidential debate. The labor dispute and possible picket line at the college hosting the showdown. Will the debate now be canceled? ABC's Rachel Scott with the latest.
Tonight, a threat to boycott, placing the next Democratic debate in jeopardy. The 7 candidates who have qualified vowing they won't cross a union picket line to get to the stage.
I think it's a terrible look for the Democratic Party to have a debate and that runs afoul of union work rules.
The Democratic Party now scrambling to find a resolution before Thursday as the California labor union Unite Here 11 plans to continue to picket on Loyola Marymount University's campus.
I don't believe we should cross that picket line, so I'm encouraging the DNC to try to work this out to find a new location, or they're going to have to figure out how they resolve this.
That union representing 150 cashiers, cooks, and dishwashers in the middle of an ongoing labor dispute with Sodexo, a company contracted to handle food services for the university, demanding better wages and health care benefits. The union sending this letter to the presidential candidates outlining their plans. In a statement, the DNC says while LMU is not party to the negotiations, they are working with all stakeholders to find an acceptable resolution that meets their needs and is consistent with our values and will enable us to proceed as scheduled with next week's debate.
I believe that they are probably trying to work with all the parties to resolve this, because having these debates is critical for Americans to see the differences between candidates. And this is obviously going to be a critical election for America.
All right, Rachel Scott joins us now live from Pittsburgh, where several of the candidates were campaigning today. We're just a few days out, Rachel, from that next debate. Will they find a solution before Thursday?
Tom, this is not the first hurdle for the DNC. Last month, they had to move this same debate from UCLA over a different labor dispute. But tonight, both the party and the candidates are optimistic that they can find a solution before Thursday. Tom?
Rachel Scott from the campaign trail tonight for us. Rachel, thank you. And there is much more ahead on World News Tonight this Saturday. A shooting inside of a mall during the height of the holiday shopping season. Frantic shoppers seen running to safety. The latest from the police tonight. Actress Lori Loughlin